Hi there, and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra. Today we'll be focusing on media and events that influenced video games. When it comes down to it, practically everything is inspired or influenced by something else. But these inspirations are often overlooked or not very obvious on the surface. This is definitely the case for Nier's Drakengard series, which unbeknownst to most has never shied away from controversial inspirations. The game's director, Yoko Taro, even mentioned how the original Nier was inspired by the events surrounding the September 11th terrorist attacks, as well as the ensuing war on terror. In an interview with Kotaku, Yoko Taro was asked about his plot inspirations for the series' sequel, Nier Automata. Taro stated that while he didn't directly correlate the plot to events in the real world, on reflection, he feels he may have been influenced by the political climate at the time. Taro said, "For example, changes from reason to emotion and objective to subjective, which are represented by President Trump being elected and the UK leaving the EU. I believe that themes in video games are something that players should find out themselves, so I have not specified one." Square Enix games don't always have such real-world inspirations, however. Final Fantasy XV's lead game designer, Juan Hazma, revealed some of the inspirations that he felt were used with the title. For example, the cooking and food culture of the game were influenced by Hazma's love of travel and cooking. Another focus of Hazma was making sure the game's fantasy world was a believable one. For this, he looked to Back to the Future Part 2, specifically how Marty reacted to the future compared to the people that lived there. Hazma stated, "Near the start of the movie, you see Marty McFly walking through this alley. This is his first time into the future. And then when the scene opens up, you can actually see flying cars. There's hoverboards and all that stuff. But people are walking normally. Because they've seen that culture throughout all the years, they wouldn't be surprised. But you would be surprised. So the idea of the whole creative process is to provide the culture shock. But at the same time, you have to make it realistic." Another company that's drawn inspiration from popular media is Valve, who have made some of the most popular games of all time, such as the Half-Life series. One big influence for Half-Life was in fact Stephen King's The Mist. In King's short story, a mist descends on a small town, and brings with it a slew of terrible tentacled beasts. Within the story, the joint suicide of two soldiers alludes to the idea that the events taking place were the result of experiments taking place in the nearby military installation. The working title for Half-Life was in fact Quiver, which was likely a nod to Arrowhead, the name of the military base in the book. And now for this episode's random piece of trivia. Today we're talking about a weird real-life connection between a dictator and the Prince of Persia series. After Colonel Gaddafi was ousted from his home during the 2011 Libyan civil war, footage surfaced of rebels walking through his palace. Within this footage, it's revealed that adorning one of the walls is a large reproduction art piece of the front cover from Prince of Persia: Warrior Within. While the footage holds no clues as to why the art is there, many believe the painting's presence in the palace comes from Gaddafi's son, Moatassim Billah Gaddafi, being a big fan of the series. That's all for today, but if you want to see more videos, there's 2 more on screen. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, share it, all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe so you can see all of our other videos as they come out, and just in general, I hope that you have a wonderful day.